Blueface thought he had finally caught Nevaeh in the ultimate lie trap. But what happened after the lie detector test shocked everyone. The moment those results came out, accusations started flying, secrets began leaking, and suddenly the entire story flipped upside down. Was Nevaeh really playing Blueface for a bag? Or was Blueface setting her up for a bigger game? Because the next move she made changed everything.
You got the lie detector test in Indiana?
Yeah.
How the you gonna do a lie detector test and I'm in California and you in Indiana?
Because I'm not in California right now. Do you want me to wait? Because I already paid.
You know, sometimes you just really piss me off. You know that?
Okay, we're just pissing.
Like sometimes you just dumb as. Why would you get a lie detector test in Indiana and I'm in California? Who is gonna ask the question?
Who's gonna be on the phone?
You want me to ask questions over the phone?
Allegedly, there's a secret piece of audio floating around that completely flips the script on who is actually scamming who. If she really bombed the test, why hasn't he thrown her out for good? You're about to see the exact moment the scam fell completely apart. And the shocking, unhinged twist is mom, Carlisa, just exposed that changes the entire game. The internet did not waste a single second picking sides, and baby, the collective side Nevaeh is getting right now is absolutely deafening. The minute Blueface started throwing around the word scammer, the entire commentary space turned into a crime scene investigation. People are literally slowing down Nevaeh's old Twitch streams, analyzing her micro-expressions, and pointing out how her body language completely shifts whenever the topic of contracts or money comes up. The public perception flipped overnight. She went from being viewed as the quiet, tolerated girlfriend to being labeled a calculated mastermind trying to secure a permanent bag before the clock runs out. But the fallout didn't stop at just tweets and hate comments. The consequences started hitting her platform immediately. Industry observers noticed her engagement numbers fluctuating wildly, as thousands of people flooded her chat just to drop clown emojis and polygraph emojis. Supporters are trying to argue that she's just young and overwhelmed by the sheer toxicity of the Blueface umbrella, but the dominant narrative on the streets is that she played a dangerous game and got checked by the king of toxic reality TV. That's when the drama took a much more sinister turn. Behind the scenes, whispers started circulating that Blueface didn't just set up this lie detector test on a random whim for quick internet clout. Word on the street is that his management team actually flagged some highly suspicious movements within Nevaeh's inner circle. Allegedly, there were talks about her trying to pitch her own independent brand deals using Blueface's trademark likeness without getting his camp's approval first. If that's true, this wasn't just a relationship dispute. It was a straight-up business betrayal that threatened his pockets. Now look at how the power dynamic completely shattered. Nevaeh tried to handle the heat by hopping on Instagram Live, acting completely unbothered, claiming that a man is gonna cheat anyway, and that she's focusing on her own growth. But the viewers weren't buying the unbothered act for a single second. Critics immediately called her out for talking completely around the test results instead of addressing the actual lies she allegedly told. The comment section was brutal, with people saying her defensive rant only proved that she's terrified of getting evicted from the mansion and losing her spot in the viral hierarchy. To make matters 10 times worse for Nevaeh, Blueface began dropping heavy subliminal disses on his tracks and social media stories, joking about how easy it is for women to fake their loyalty until a machine puts them on blast. This created a massive wave of validation for his main baby mama, Jaden Alexis, whose fanbase immediately jumped into the chat to gloat. Jaden's fans are actively celebrating Nevaeh's downfall, flooding the timeline with receipts proving that no matter how hard these new girls try to lock down Blueface, they always end up getting exposed and embarrassed in the exact same way. The legal and financial stakes here are getting incredibly messy. People close to the situation are hinting that this public embarrassment has effectively frozen several joint content ventures they had lined up, costing them thousands in potential streaming revenue. Nevaeh is now backed into a corner, realizing that under this regime, one bad test result can completely ruin your brand equity in less than 24 hours. She isn't just fighting for her relationship anymore. She is actively fighting to save whatever credibility she has left before she gets completely phased out of the circus. But just when Blueface thought he had completely cornered her and exposed the ultimate play, Nevaeh pulled a card that completely paralyzed the entire chat. You think a failed lie detector test is chaotic? Wait until you see the absolute bomb she dropped next that forced Blueface to completely change his strategy. Just when you thought this toxic circus couldn't possibly get any more unhinged, Nevaeh decided to completely flip the script and paralyze the entire internet. Right in the middle of the lie detector fallout, Blueface and Nevaeh hopped on a Twitch livestream to show off a positive pregnancy test, confirming child number 4 for Blueface. The timing of this reveal is so wildly chaotic that critics are calling it a textbook tactical pregnancy. The narrative immediately shifted from Nevaeh is a liar to Nevaeh just secured the ultimate 18-year trap card to completely neutralize the polygraph drama. The escalating public discourse went absolutely nuclear after that stream. Trolls and T-channels immediately started doing the math on the exact timing of this pregnancy, pointing out that dropping a baby announcement right after getting exposed on a lie detector test is incredibly convenient. Supporters are trying to defend her, saying a baby should bring peace to the situation, but the streets are screaming that this is a calculated chess move. The comment sections exploded with people accusing Nevaeh of weaponizing motherhood just to guarantee a monthly allowance and ensure she can never be fully evicted from the Blueface empire.
Talking about 9 a.m. my time. Your time? What the does that mean, your time? What? In Indiana. I'm not going to one of the ones at all the... Oh my God. Alright.
Okay, so what up with John?
How the is you gonna do?
Cause I got my questions.
I don't even know how to ask no stupid. I'm gonna do a lie detector test in a whole nother state.
What's the difference from there and there?
What's the difference? The mother credibility.
I just said what up with John too. Cause you been the one playing. It's not me. I've been telling you to set them up. And you wanted to run around town and fly to different states. You go ahead and set them up. You the one playing.
Then you talking about 9 a.m. your time. Y'all finna be up at 6 in the morning for your lying ass.
Bitch, wait.
It's tripping. Like, come on.
You're dead. Shut the.
Bring your dumb back here, nigga, and we gonna hook you up to a real nigga computer and put all the machinery on you, and we gonna really do this. Who's gonna ask you the questions? You gonna ask yourself the questions?
No, the man, ain't he supposed to ask me the questions?
But baby, the plot didn't just thicken. It completely boiled over. Within days of the Twitch announcement, hidden reactions from Blueface Extended Circle began leaking out, and the consequences are pure chaos. Multiple side chicks suddenly emerged from the woodwork, hitting up gossip blogs with receipts and claiming that they're also pregnant by him at the exact same time. The internet is having an absolute field day watching this man's personal life turn into a literal race to the delivery room, creating a massive wave of embarrassment for Nevaeh, who just tried to use her pregnancy to claim the alpha spot in the house. The absolute final blow to Nevaeh's strategy came straight from inside the family house. Blueface's notoriously outspoken mother, Carlisa Saffold, didn't hold back a single thing. She took to her own platform to completely dismantle the timeline, publicly claiming that the family doesn't even trust the validity of the test and suggesting that Blueface is being actively set up by a group of clout chasers. This public family war has completely shattered Nevaeh's remaining credibility, dragging her back into the mud just when she thought she had won the power struggle. But just when the internet thought the situation couldn't get worse, a new detail completely changed the narrative. Wait until you hear what Jade and Alexis did behind closed doors that proved Blueface lie detector test might have been a setup from the very beginning. This is the exact moment the entire house of cards collapsed, completely shattering the power balance of the Blueface empire. When the calendar flipped from the December lie detector fallout to the explosive February Twitch pregnancy reveal, the consequences stopped being a simple internet debate and turned into a permanent, legal reality. We're looking at a total shift in the narrative peak. Move the timeline up to right now in June 2026, and the fallout has officially reached its boiling point. Reports are flooding the T-channels that Blueface initiated a massive blowout, allegedly tossing Nevaeh's things out after another round of behind-the-scenes text leaks. Nevaeh immediately retaliated on her own channels, leaving viewers completely divided on whether she is the ultimate victim of a calculated public setup, or a player who just got out-schemed at her own game. The peak tension is hitting the pockets now. Promoters are backing away from their upcoming summer club appearances because the liability of their public meltdowns is getting too heavy for corporate sponsors to touch. Nevaeh is sitting in a corner realizing that being locked into a Blueface baby contract means your entire life is subject to public inspection 24/7. But just as the public finalized their execution of Nevaeh's reputation, a hidden piece of footage from the actual test day leaked out. And baby, it completely exposes what Blueface was doing behind the camera while she was hooked up to that machine. Look, when you strip away all the yelling, the social media receipts, and the chaotic Twitch live streams, we are left with a toxic standoff where nobody is innocent. Blueface is screaming scammer while keeping the circus running for views, and Nevaeh is playing a high-stakes survival game with an 18-year baby contract locked in her hand. The timeline moved from a failed polygraph test to total family warfare, and right now in June 2026, the entire situation is hanging by a single thread. But the absolute biggest mystery we are left with is this. If Blueface is truly convinced that Nevaeh is a calculated liar who tried to play with his name in his pockets, why is he still letting her film content under his roof? Is this whole drama a genuine betrayal? Or is it a perfectly engineered script that they both agreed to play out for a massive digital payout? Let's keep it 100% real in the comments right now. Do you think Nevaeh is a master manipulator who successfully secured her bag? Or is Blueface the ultimate puppet master who set this entire trap to humiliate her for clout? Drop your theories below, because baby, the comment section is about to go nuclear. If you want to stay ahead of every single leak, text drop, and family blowout before the blogs even get a hold of it, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and lock in. You do not want to miss what happens next. See y'all in the next video.